Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick little video here comparing the Galaxy S5 versus the Galaxy S4. I don't have these devices right now because it's like impossible to have them at the moment, but hey, we can still compare them. And yeah, so the Galaxy S4 got unveiled in March, and now this one S5 got unveiled almost in March, and they both seems to be coming around April timeframe, so exactly like a year. So if you go over the specs here and talk about it, so because I want to do a specs comparison video. The big thing that we see already here, okay, it's getting a little bit more fat. The S5 8.1 millimeters for 7.9 millimeters, a little bit more fat. 142, 72, yeah, a little bit more fat because it has a bigger display. Features 5.1 inch display instead of 5 inch. Sounds very weird for me also that they're going from 5 inch to 5.1, not dot. Usually they go up dot 2 inches, but they didn't do that this time around. But IP67 certified dust and water resistant. That basically means that you can see here water resistance up to 1 meter and 30 minutes. So you'll be able to probably have it underwater 1 meter and 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that's not super long time. What happens if you go on over that? I'm not sure. I have no freaking idea. But we've been checking out the design. You have like a dotted design now on the back side here, and also like a fingerprint scanner. Pretty interesting. Versus this one has a little bit more of a clean back, but then again, this phone wasn't waterproof. Here's a funny thing. Actually, my Galaxy S4 accidentally spilled water over it a few days ago, and now I can't charge it, so I had to buy like an external charger. So this new Galaxy S5 will solve that issue for me. I won't worry if I spill water on top of my Galaxy S5, so that's a good little thing there. But I'm not sure about the flap down there, if it's going to be annoying. For some reason, it feels a little bit more like it looks a little bit more like a toy in the pictures. It has some more golden colors and bluish colors. Not a super big fan of it, but it looks like a toy a little bit here. It has like a weird border. I'm not sure if it has to do something with the pictures, but yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't got my hands on this device, but still both have 1080p displays. Super AMOLED should be probably about the same. So we didn't get this 2K resolution display that we heard a ton about. Gorilla Glass 3, so still same Gorilla Glass on both. 128GB of SD card slot. Oh, so the S4 is only 64GB. This is a weird thing. You only have 1632GB variant of the S5, and they're still going out 16GB variant. They're going back to 16GB variant, seems, because the Galaxy Note 3 stopped. They stopped doing that 16GB variant, but this one seems to be going back to it. But then maybe not even have 64GB variant of the S5. Sounds a little bit weird for me, that little thing. At least the camera's better, 30 megapixel to a 60 megapixel shooter here. I'm not sure how big the difference is going to be when you take pictures. I've kind of messed up my camera on my S4, yeah, that kind of sucks. But you can record 2K video at least in 30 frames per second. Just that's in the Note 3. On the S5, which is interesting. You can't record, from what I've heard, not record 4K video, but then I heard from other sources you can do it, but I have no idea. Camera on the front side still seems to be 2 megapixel. Android 4.4 is available on both these two devices. Here's a big one, chipset going from Snapdragon 600 to Snapdragon, here they're saying Snapdragon 800, but I've also been seeing some say 805. I'm not really sure which one is the real deal. Here you can see quad-core 2.5 gigahertz, Crate 400, so 2.5 gigahertz, at least that's higher also than the Note 3, so high clocked. A GPU, they haven't listed that, but it's probably at least Adreno 330 GPU on the S5, and then we have Adreno 320 on the S4, which is still killer GPU. If you go down here, we can see 2600 mAh, 2800, 200 more milliamps as well. It's not a super big difference. I mean, in terms of battery, yeah, you get a little bit better battery, but then again, I think actually the battery is probably a little bit more improved. Yes, this display is still the same resolution, it's a little bit bigger, but that shouldn't really affect. But it's nice to have a little bit more of a battery, but I'm not sure how much bigger it feels in the hand. I mean, it's definitely a little bit more fat this time around, and I hope that won't destroy the feeling of the device, but I can't really say at the moment. because I haven't got my hands on the device. I think I kind of would like to expect more, but then I need to get my hands on to see how much I like that water resistant thing. But yeah, I can see why people are a little bit disappointed, probably. Because you kind of expect more, but then again, speculations and everything goes up so high, so majority of people will be disappointed. But yeah, just quickly a video comparing it and which one is your favorite. I mean, we need to really get hands-on on the devices and then see what we think. So yeah, quick look.